And we are rolling. Welcome to Dave's Garage. My name is Dave. This is my garage, and this is where I teach people how to play the saxophone. That's my gig. It's what I do. I play saxophone and I teach saxophone, and I offer private lessons right here. If you're in the Southern California area, I would love to meet you. Reach out to me at davegoodsax@gmail.com. Excuse me. And let's connect, all right? If not in person, which is my preferred mode, by the way, but if not in person, love to see you on Zoom. We can set up something and do a little Zoom session, little bitty Zoom masterclass, and work on a specific issue that you may have, all right? Dave's Garage, davegoodsax@gmail.com. Thank you so much. We're up and over 400 of you now, 419, I think, 420, something like that as of this writing and this recording. And I so appreciate every one of you. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate, just meeting with those of you I've met with and those of you who have helped out and dropped a little bit in the tip jar. Thank you so much, man. Every little bit helps. I do these at no charge. I don't ask for any money for this sort of thing. I'm just doing this as an adjunct to private lessons. And those of you who are in the club here, it's a voluntary club. You come and go as you wish. But again, I'm just glad you're here, and I love to communicate with you. It makes my whole life better. So I'm going to talk today about something that I hope is not affecting any of you, okay? There's going to be some changes here, I think. I've got an injury, right hand injury. This is one where your thumb holds up the horn. It's in my wrist right here, and it's been progressive. Been going on for, maybe a year or so, maybe a little bit more than a year. And it feels like it might be arthritis or a repetitive motion injury. It doesn't feel like carpal tunnel. It feels like it's in the joint. So I'm wrapping and doing a lot of icing, and I'm going to go see the doc on Friday. It's especially painful for me to pick up my tenor saxophone. That's been my horn of choice now for, I don't know, going on the last decade or so, the tenor sax. And I started on the alto sax, didn't we all? And went to baritone sax. When I got to high school and discovered jazz, there was a fine jazz program at Crawford High School in Southeast San Diego. And the horn that qualified me to be in that band, that fine band, amazing. People are still talking about that band. That's like, what, 50 years ago? Something like that. Anyway, it was the bari sax. I could play the bari sax, and I could play it pretty well. So I put down the alto for a while, graduated, went on to college, and picked up the alto sax again, right? Got back into the alto sax business and stayed there for a long time. Had tenor, had a soprano sax for a minute, got rid of that. I don't really dig the soprano sax, although some people play it very well. I am not one of them. Back and forth on alto and tenor, and then maybe, let's just say 8 years ago, the tenor just stepped up. I suppose maybe it was an equipment or a mouthpiece issue or something, I don't know, whatever it was. But it all kind of came together at the right place and the right time, and in the right kinds of bands that I was playing in, tenor sax fit really well. So I have the alto sax now, and this is a it's a 6M. Pretty old lady. I think it's the Naked Lady model. I think there is a lady here peeking out there. Hello, friends. I don't think she's naked, but who cares? Anyway, this is pretty cool. About an 80-year-old horn. Got it from one of my students. Been playing it for a while. When I play the alto sax, this is when I'm going all the way around, but I'm getting back to the point I started with. The wrist, right? Holding up the tenor sax hurts like all hell, and it will hurt on through the evening. Now, there's only so much ibuprofen that you can take, right? Right. So it's gotten progressively worse. When I play the alto, it does not hurt. The wrist, I just don't have the same level of pain that I had when I was playing. It's a little bit, right? But it's nothing like when I was playing the tenor sax. So I'm thinking maybe I need to switch over to the alto sax. Now, that's been a little bit more of a mental problem than I first anticipated. My I suppose my performer's ego associates with the tenor sax, because I don't have any good reasons to not take an alto sax to the dance, right? I primarily perform in blues, not so much rock anymore, just because I like my ears, but blues and rhythm and blues and gospel. Those environments. The alto sax is an entirely different voice. Occupies a different place in the chord. It occupies, a different octave. It sits up a little bit higher. Some of the notes are they're so high they almost hurt my ears. So I've never really, delved into the alto sax. And of course, there's so many marvelous jazz players, jazz guys who did alto and made them sound beautiful. And so I'm exploring the possibility, pending the outcome with the doctor on Friday, of reinventing myself as an alto sax player, right? I may have to put the tenor sax down if this is some kind of osteo or arthritis or whatever it is. God knows, right? I hung up my medical degree. No, I never had one. But anyway, the deal with the alto is it feels foreign. All of the songs that I have learned to play, I must know, I don't know, 300-400 songs, maybe more. Jazz classics, rock and roll tunes, rhythm and blues, funk, all that stuff. I know it on tenor sax. So relearning it on alto sax, the transposition isn't that big of a problem, but I am trying to create a mindset. So I'm sharing this with you because maybe some of you are going through that as well. It's about 100 degrees here today. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so pardon me if I'm sweating. It's just how it goes here in Dave's Garage. I've got the door open, got the door open, got the door open, got the cross flow ventilation going on here, but oh boy is it hot. So anyway, if it is an injury that I caused from, I started when I was 10 years old. That was a while back. And I have not had the best saxophone habits, and quite often I play far too long in like a practice session. And so what I'm learning to do now is play in smaller doses, minutes instead of hours, minutes, put the horn down, go back and do some more minutes and put the horn down and go back and do some more minutes and stretch. I'm stretching out. There's a real good exercise that Bob Reynolds put up on his site. If you're not hip to Bob Reynolds, check him out. All right, you stretch your both arms out and you pull your wrist up. You can see I have reduced mobility in this wrist. And you kind of move it back a little bit, and you do a little flexion like that, which flexes the muscles along the top of your arm. By all means, work up to long practice. You don't have to actually do long practice. Work up to it, okay? If you play gigs and you practice, I presume you've developed those kinds of muscles, but be aware of your joints, because you're going to live a long time, all right? And you're going to get to the point where stuff starts to hurt. And I don't want that for you. So I want you to think about, where are your fingers? Are you doing Lego hands? Are you doing fat fingers like me? And oh, no, yeah, okay. So look, good saxophone posture. Get yourself one of these babies. Jazzlabs.com has these. It's I don't even know what you'd call it. It's not really a harness, but it's a very well-made saxophone support, and it almost just floats there. I've used a neck strap for years, so there you go. I have supported, the saxophone with this thumb, and that's what really hurts when I go grab the tenor sax. Love that tenor sax, but I'm going to be learning to love the alto sax, and I'm going to start taking getting some pointers from other people who play the alto sax really, really well. That might include some of you, and I would love to hear from you. davegoodsax, gmail.com, davegoodsax@gmail.com, or in the comments below. All right, so grateful to have all of you here along for the ride. See you again soon here in Dave's Garage. Take care, stay cool, and take care of your joints, okay? All right, bye-bye.